Right now, we are wrapping up another mild winter day all across central Indiana. However, things are expected to look a lot different this time tomorrow because colder temperatures and flurries are possible, and that may impact your tomorrow evening's commute. Thanks for inviting us in at 6 o'clock. Angela's tracking it all. So what's the timeline for all of this?
Timeline anytime after lunchtime tomorrow through the evening drive through about midnight. We're not expecting a lot of snow,
right,
but we remember what happened last week.
Oh, I know.
Not a lot of snow. Any road that is untreated, it will be cold enough to stick and cause some slick roads. These bursts of snow coming tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So we want to make sure you are prepared for the weather impacts. The when. Noon tomorrow through about midnight. Locally heavier bursts of snow or snow squalls and some slick roads. Those will be the impacts. And what you need to do, continue to monitor the forecast and be prepared for some slow and slick travel. The colder air is already starting to move in. Temperatures dropping into the 30s. We're down to 32 in Lafayette, 35 in Indianapolis, and we will stick with mainly cloudy skies this evening. No issues on the roads tonight, but that colder air will continue to move in. This time tomorrow night, after that cold start in the 20s, we'll be in the upper 20s and low 30s, and we will be tracking the snow showers tomorrow. I'm going to have the hour-by-hour timeline in the full forecast. All
right, we'll see you in a little bit, Angela. Thanks so much. Remember to get our live Doppler 13 weather app on your phone. That way you can track the temps as you plan your day and access our interactive radar. It's a free download, and you can get it in the App Store. Tonight at 6, IMPD is now investigating a police chase that ended with a crash on the city's near north side. Police tonight are telling us they were responding to a call about shots fired around 3 this afternoon. This is near 29th and Riverside Drive. Officers got to the scene and found this vehicle that was reportedly stolen during an armed carjacking earlier today. The suspects drove away, leading to a chase. About 10 minutes later, that car crashed near 30th and Fall Creek, and a SWAT vehicle tipped over. 4 suspects were taken to a hospital. 1 IMPD SWAT officer also taken there with non-life-threatening injuries. Earlier today, the city of Indianapolis announced a new round of funding to help communities make improvements to areas that are in need. This is all part of our city's community-powered infrastructure program. So here's how it works. First, you identify the problem, something like a crosswalk or a bumpy road. Then you start raising money to fix it. Finally, submit an application to the city and explain why this project is needed. Now, if it's approved, the city will split the cost 50-50. If your neighborhood or nonprofit is interested in this program, the application window opens on Friday and closes in February. Tonight, the Indiana Supreme Court has ruled a religious-based challenge to our state abortion law can proceed. This lawsuit, filed by the ACLU on behalf of Hoosier Jews for Choice, challenges the state's near total abortion ban, saying the law prohibits women from getting an abortion despite holding religious beliefs that would require them to terminate a pregnancy under circumstances that are currently banned. This case now heads back to a lower court. Tonight at 6, insurance coverage for hundreds of thousands of Hoosiers could be at risk. That's if the federal government cuts its share of Medicaid costs when the new administration takes over next month. Our Samantha Johnson is breaking down what this could mean for your family.
Medicaid is a joint federal and state program that gives health coverage to some people with lower incomes. And right now, nearly 2 million Hoosiers are covered by Medicaid.
Medicaid removes a lot of that barrier for people who wouldn't go to the doctor because they're afraid of a huge bill.
Eva Bell works with Hoosier Action, a nonpartisan group focused on everyday people at the center of major issues, including health care.
At the end of the day, like all Hoosiers, we want to be able to go to the doctor.
Here we have the Healthy Indiana Plan, which is a Medicaid program covering more than 754,000 Hoosiers. Right now, the federal government pays for 90% of the costs. But President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to cut various funding when he takes office in January, and experts say Medicaid could be a potential target.
I think the impacts are going to be incredibly detrimental, and we're all going to be impacted by it, not just those who are on Medicaid. This is the health and future of our state.
And Indiana is especially at risk. That's because we are just one of 9 states with a state code that says if federal assistance falls below that 90%, the state must go back to an older, slimmed down version of the Healthy Indiana Plan.
And we don't really know what that's going to look like.
Experts point out this is far from a done deal. Even Governor-elect Mike Braun has said he'd rather not cut Medicaid benefits for Hoosiers.
I do think that maybe there's hope of protecting as many people and keeping them together.
In the meantime, Bell says if you are on Medicaid, check your mail often as Hoosiers wait for what comes next. In Indianapolis, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
Now, there is a statewide office that you can call for help. We put that information on WTHR.com, and we've linked other tips if your coverage may be in limbo. Today, leaders at IU gave us an update on where the school stands heading into 2025. IU President Pamela Whitten highlighted significant growth in student success, transformative research, and IU's impact on our state. Whitten also touted major progress toward IU's 2030 strategic plan with more than 432 initiatives either started or completed since the plan launched.
Morning. The state of Indiana University is incredibly strong across all of our campus. We've made remarkable progress over the past year through the 2030 strategic plan in enhancing student success, driving transformative research, and deepening our commitment to service across the state.
Whitten went on to say IU plans to keep that momentum rolling into 2025. Expanding pre-K to more Hoosier children, the state's largest teachers union is tonight calling on lawmakers to provide more funding for the state's pre-K program. Emily Longnecker joins us tonight to explain why the Indiana State Teachers Association says this is so important.
Yeah, ISTA says if lawmakers want to raise Hoosier kids' reading and math scores, it starts early, long before kids are required to go to school here in Indiana at age 7 in the first grade.
That's why they're asking lawmakers to lower the age to 6 for children to go to kindergarten and provide more money for pre-K. The state's On My Way Pre-K is a grant-based program that provides access to free pre-kindergarten education for Indiana children from low-income families. More than 6,000 Hoosier kids enrolled in the program for the 2024-25 school year. More than 28,000 Hoosier children have attended pre-K through the program since it started in 2015. The program started as a pilot in just 5 counties, expanding to 20 counties 2 years later. In 2019, On My Way Pre-K became a statewide program. According to Indiana's Family and Social Services Administration, a long-term study released in 2022 showed children who attended the program were better prepared for school, with benefits that could be seen several years into elementary school.
And we're measuring them at 3rd grade and saying that you're not making the bar, but we're not necessarily putting the investments in on the front end to make sure that they're getting to that bar.
ISTA also addressed the issue of cell phones in schools. Last year, lawmakers passed legislation that required school districts to pass policies banning wireless devices in classrooms, with some exceptions for medical needs, emergencies, or if a teacher gave permission. Now, Governor-elect Mike Braun has said that he would like to expand on that ban to reduce distractions in the classroom. ISTA has said it is a topic that merits a lot more discussion. At the Indiana State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.